Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to tell you that I reached 78 subscribers, which for me is huge. I was starting with 0, so in 3 months I managed to reach this number and I am very happy, and so thank you so much. I am so grateful for you. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I would love to reach 100 subscribers before Christmas. That would be a huge gift from you guys. Let's make this happen. Please help me to reach my goal. Today I thought to do a sit-down video and chat with you. As you know, I live in New York City. Actually, my 2 years anniversary of living here is approaching. And I lived 12 years in London prior to moving to New York. And my most asked question is what are the main differences between London and New York, and which city do you prefer? So I thought, because this question is asked to me so much, that maybe some of you might be also interested to hear my take on this topic. And also, when people will ask me this question again, I can just say, hey, go to my channel and watch this video, and remember to subscribe. Before starting, little disclaimer, obviously what makes a city is not just a few points that I'm gonna talk about, but the city has got a lot of things in them. So I will not be able to discuss all the difference and all the topics, obviously, but I'm gonna talk about things that are important for me and the things that I pay attention to when I visit a city or when I live in a city, if it makes sense. I'm gonna talk about 4 topics, and after I discuss each of the topics, I'm gonna express my opinion and tell you if London wins or New York wins relate to these topics. First is the overall energy. I think is the first thing that you notice in a city. As soon as you land, you put your feet on the ground and you are inside the city. So the overall vibe and energy. New York is go, go, go. You walk fast, talk fast, eat fast, everything is in movement constantly. You can feel that hustle always surrounding you. London is more controlled chaos, I would define it. People are still in a rush. They are running everywhere. It's obviously a huge, busy city, but they're too polite to bump into you. They mind the business, but also their environment. An example that I can give you is the subway / tube, as it's called in London. Here in New York, people are so fast-paced that when the door opens of the subway, normally people don't wait for you to get out of the train, but they just push themselves in. And I absolutely hate that, I have to be honest. And in London, they are very polite. Door open, they let everyone out, and then new people get in. In my opinion, London wins in this topic. Topic number 2, weather. Yes, I know, it's a bit boring, but I think it's very important. I would describe London weather in one word: moody. Moody, so the legend is true. London has seasons. They have definitely the 4 seasons, but there is a very thin line between each season. The changes are not dramatic. The winters are cold but not freezing. The summers are hot but not boiling hot, apart of a few heat waves that they get every now and then. And then autumn and spring are nice, but they're not really strong season. You still have rain in both of them, and the weather change very quickly. It's very hard to get a very nice spring day with a mild temperature. It's gonna rain or it's gonna be cold at some point. Yeah, very moody, quite rainy, quite gray. New York, in the other hand, has got 4 seasons and they are all beautiful. I love to celebrate all the seasons. Fall, that is the current season, is beautiful. It lasts 3 months. We have all the foliage. The weather is mild. Every day is a little bit colder, but not too much. Winter is cold, it's freezing, it's long, but we have snow. I love winter as well when it's here. Spring is beautiful, it's my favorite season, the season of renewal. You really feel an energy in the city that is absolutely unmatched. It's warm, it's nice, everyone is out. I love spring. Summer is hot. It is hot and humid, so not my favorite season, but still nice because we have beaches around here, Rockaway Beach, Coney Island, so we can easily do a day at the beach if it's too warm. I need to say that New York win the competition regarding weather. Topic number 3, cost of living. Aye, guys. Let's start with New York. Rent in New York is about 30% higher than rent in London. I can confidentially say this, but I also did some online researches and compared websites. And yeah, it is true. Let's say a 1-bedroom apartment is in a nice area in New York City would cost you around $4,000, where the same amount of space, if not bigger actually, in a good area of London it would cost you around £2,800. Definitely a big difference there. Rents in New York are absolutely insane and they make me sick. Regarding groceries, also New York is more expensive, I would say. Obviously depends which supermarket you're going to shop in, but still, even if you go to Trader Joe's, which is, I would say, the equivalent of Tesco or Sainsbury, you would pay a good 20% more, so more expensive. Restaurants and going out for dinner or drinks, also much more expensive in New York. And also you have to leave a tips here, always. Even if the service wasn't good, which unfortunately often happen, you need to leave at least 20%. And obviously, if you're already spending a lot for a meal, 20% more is a lot of money. It's like paying a meal for another person. I understand that here the waitress and the servers are relying on tips, so I'm happy to leave them tips. But I think the whole system it needs to be reviewed in general. In London, it's also expensive to go out, but service charge is already included in the bill and it's very reasonable. So cost of living, London wins. Staying on the topics of restaurant, bars, going out, enjoying yourself, both cities have a great nightlife and food culture. There's a lot of things to do in both. But the main difference is that in New York, restaurants and bars are open much later than in London. I'll give you an example. The restaurants here in New York are open until midnight, so you can go to dinner at 11 p.m. and you're gonna be served. In London, 10 o'clock, I would say the restaurant close, sometimes maybe 11 in the weekend. But definitely people go to eat much earlier. For bar and pub and cocktail bars, London, everything closes around midnight as well, maybe 1 o'clock in the weekend. New York, everything is open until 4 a.m. So you can really enjoy your night on a slower pace without needing to rush from bar to bar because everything will close soon. For this reason, New York wins. Topic number 5. Transportation and walkability. London has got an amazing underground and overground service. Unfortunately, everything stops at 11 or I believe 1 o'clock in the weekend. So if you are somewhere out and you want to go back after midnight, you will need to take a cab or you will need to get an Uber to go home, unless you want to take a 24-hour bus at your own risk, if you're brave enough. I used to do it a lot actually when I first moved to London. but it's not something that I would be willing to do again, to be honest. The buses are passing like once every hour, and if it's 2 or 3 in the morning, it's a bit sketchy. New York subway is open 24 hours. It's the city that never sleeps. You can take the subway at any time. There's a lot of train passing by all the time, but also the main good things about transportation and walkability in New York is the walkability itself. You can really walk everywhere. In Manhattan especially. Manhattan, as you probably know, is very easy to get around. It's very hard to get lost as well. So it's like a grid. I'm gonna put a picture here. You always know where you are, and you can easily walk from the northern part of New York to the southern in about, I would say, 3 hours. So obviously if you go out in, I don't know, Midtown, and you live a bit lower, you can walk in half an hour, 1 hour. It's always full of people at every time of the night. It's very safe, and you can easily walk home if you don't want to take a taxi or the subway. Late at night, also New York, you can easily walk to other neighborhood. So you can go to Brooklyn, walk through all the bridges, Brooklyn Bridge, but also there's Williamsburg Bridge, Manhattan Bridge. You can just cross them in half an hour. You are on the other side, you are in Brooklyn. So walkability and transportation, New York definitely wins. Number 6 is art and history. London is famous for the museums, the Tate Modern, National Gallery, you name it. The great things about art in London is that it's free, mainly free unless some specific exhibition. So you can literally walk into every museum, soak in the art and the history, and then move to the next one. New York has also some great museums. Two of my favorites, if I have to mention them, are the Whitney Museum in Chelsea and the MoMA Museum of Modern Art, but there's a lot of them, the Met, the Guggenheim. They're beautiful museum, but you have to pay to get in, and you have to pay between $28 and $30 to get in. Some of them, they have discounts, or you can enter for free if you are a New York resident, but if you come to visit, you need to spend a lot of money in museum if you want to go and see them. So because of the free art scene, I would say that London wins this specific category. So conclusion. If you like a fast-paced environment, loud energy, and a 24 hours everything, then New York is more for you. If you prefer more history, a slower paced, and a more grounded lifestyle, then you would probably prefer London. Personally, I love both of the city. They both shaped me in some way, and I am extremely grateful that I was able to live in both of these amazing, incredible cities. I really cannot pick a favorite. They are very different. It would be like choosing between my mother and my father. How can you choose? How can you choose? They're both absolutely amazing, and they made me who I am now. Alright guys, we arrive at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed to hear my take on these two cities. Have you visited one of those cities, or do you live in London or in New York? Based on what I told you, which one is more for you? Are you a bit more London team or New York team, or you like them both? Just let me know. I would love to hear your take on this. Obviously, there is much more to say about those cities, but these are, as I mentioned, the things that I kind of notice the most when I live in a place. Please make sure to subscribe. I have a lot of great content planned. Christmas in New York is like a beautiful woman that put on her best jewelry. It is a beautiful magic moments of the year, and I am planning to do a lot of videos around Christmas time. Thank you again for your support. Let me get to my goal before Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna love you and leave you now, and I will see you next week. Bye!